Welcome to Isaac Speaks. Make sure that you follow, like, and share, and be prepared to be inspired and motivated to become the best version of your best self. All right, we're here on Isaac Speaks, and today we're going to be talking about the most important thing that you could ever do for your life. The most important thing that could ever do to change who you are. We are going to be talking about you. So today I was doing some studying, and I was looking through and reading and studying and reading, and this concept came up about you never have to push anyone to do anything that they are truly passionate and in love with. And I was sitting there and I was thinking about this concept of, wow, passion and love and passion and love and passion and love. And instantly we always take things and we put them in our own perspective. So I think back on my life and I ask myself, what have I been passionate about? What have I been in love with? What things can I truly say that I was passionate about, in love with, to where I could go back and my statement gave evidence to my lifestyle and my lifestyle gave evidence to my statement. They were both saying the same thing. So I was an athlete. And if any of my athletes are listening right now, you're going to be able to relate to this on the highest level. You're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. I was an athlete in football. We won 2 state championships and a national championship. We had Cedric Benson, man. It was the bomb, the the creme de la creme, or whatever other analogy or idiomatic statement that you want to use, because it was going down. We were good. But here's the thing. I know I love football. How do I know I love football? I practiced every day without being told. When I was told, football was constantly on my mind. It literally was like a drug. I had to have it. I went through pain for it. Pain that I chose, pain that I didn't choose, pain in the weight room, pain during practice and coach was beating me up. It was just a time in life where whatever they told me to do, I was willing to make the sacrifice because I truly believed that it was going to get me what I wanted. And what I wanted was to play football for the rest of my life because I loved football. And because I loved it, because I was passionate about it, no one ever had to force me to do it. It was something that I constantly and continuously chose to do. Why is this so important to you? Why is this so important to me? Well, it's important because love and passion are the drivers. They are the gasoline. It's the fuel tank. It's the car. It's the ignition switch. It is the mode of transportation for all of our hopes, dreams, and aspirations. And what would the world be like? What would your life be like? What would my life be like if we were to fall in love? If we were to get passionate about the person, not that we are, but the person that we could become in life. I think about that concept and it's just like, whoa, it's mind-boggling. What decisions would I make for me? What decisions would you make for you if every decision that we made was in the best interest of the person that we were trying to become? If we fell in love with our purpose, if we fell in love with the things that we feel like are going to be passionate and make an impact, not just for us, but for every single person that we know, what would life look like? Those are the things. That's the desire. That's the drive. And that is the place where every single thing will change in our lives. How does that happen? How will I know that? It's all about actions. If I'm a husband, just be real. If I'm a husband and I never talk to my wife, I never spend time with her. I never buy her flowers on any kind of special days. I never tell her I love her. I never give her hugs. And then on the flip side, I do everything contrary. I intentionally spend time away from her. I cheat on her. I might be abusive. All of these negative things. But if I was to come back to you and say, oh, I love my wife with all my heart, with all my soul, and with all my might, what would you say? You would tell me you are a liar and your actions give you away. So how will we know when we're beginning to fall in love with our future self? How will we know that we're beginning to fall in love with us? Well, there's a couple of key indicators. Well, first, you're going to start to change the things that you see and the things that you hear on a daily basis. One of the most mature aspects of growing up and growing into maturity, especially in regards to self-development, is you come to this place where you realize that the things that I see and the things that I hear, they matter. They affect me on a huge and exponential level. And matter of fact, my thoughts that are coming from the things that I see and the things that I hear are literally creating my future because they are affecting my actions and the way that I'm going to choose when I get there. So we start making small, marginal changes. Small. It can't be anything huge because you won't sustain it. There's a quote in Brian Tracy's book, and he literally says that if we were to just change less than 1% every day, in 5 years, we will be 1,000 or so percent better, just because sustained efforts over time equates to a bigger impact. Sustained effort over time is going to equate to results. Sustained effort over time equates to sustainability. It's just a fact of development. It is the little things in life that work. The old quote says that don't try to run a mile. Start off with an inch and then do another inch and another inch. And if you can keep sustaining that, undoubtedly you will make it there. Well, the same thing happens with what we hear and what we see. It might just be I start changing something differently to what I listen to every day when I get off in the car. It could be that I have to not talk to a person as much because they're a negative person and I can only have them in my life one day a week, even if it's mama and daddy and them. You know, you have to do what's going to protect. I call them your eye gates and your ear gates, but you have to make substantial choices and decisions that are focused on manifesting your purpose and protecting the person that is going to be necessary to be able to do the things that you know that you were called to do. And trust and believe, we are all called to do something. I don't care what anybody says. The things that have been placed within us, the different gifts, the different talents, the different abilities, doesn't matter whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, doesn't matter whether you're big and tall or short, or if you're like a tall hobbit like me, it does not matter. We are all called to do something substantial. And the reality is that the thing that we are called to do will bring benefit to the world. It will bring benefit to somebody else's life. It's almost an act of neglect for me and you not to manifest. It's almost an act of hate for us not to become our best selves because of everything that we're pulling from the world and all the people that are going to be at a disadvantage because of the things that we did not choose to do. Everything that happens in your life will be a product of the changes that we make within our mind, including the manifestation of our purpose and the manifestation of the person that we are created to be. Everything begins with us. Everything begins with our eye gates and our ear gates, and we can make small marginal changes to make that happen. Other places that we can do that is, I know, here we go, drop it mic. I know you've heard this a million times, but we have to read. You've got to get some good quality books, and we have to read. I love reading. That's not true. I love the knowledge that comes from reading. I don't love the act of reading, but I love the growth and the knowledge and the deep insights that come from it. I start off and I'll read a little bit of my Bible, and then I'll move to a self-development book. Matter of fact, I've written 2 books myself, Manufacture First of Self and 16 Letters to My Future Self. When you read, it just starts to pour out of you. You can't help but to be more knowledgeable. You can't help but to respond differently because you're changing the thought patterns in your head. And as these thought patterns change, you will change as well. It's like Novocaine. You just put it on there. You just give it time and it will work. Things are going to get numb and you're going to get better in different areas. So we protect our ear gates and our eye gates in the things that we hear, such as the radio. We might have to change the music we listen to. You might have to change the amount of time that you watch TV or the amount of time that you entertain on social media. And if you just have to get on social media, say that might be a huge addiction. Start liking some positive things. Start watching some videos on social media that are more inspirational. Start listening to people that are going to pour into you, things that are going to bring out of you the things that you really want in your life. There is a path that leads to your success. There's a path that leads to the person that I know that you want to be. There is a path if we're willing to choose it, if we're willing to go for it, if we're willing to fight for it. And everything that we do, everything that you do, everything that I do needs to be targeted towards manifesting that person that we know, not doubt, not might, not could have been, the person that we know is buried deep inside, because you matter. You matter. And I know that's so hard to believe in a world when a celebrity culture where you put people in high places based on different things. We have athletes up here and celebrities up here and everybody else is just marginal. But there's something in you that's going to bring benefit to somebody else in the world. And because of that, you are one of the most special people on this planet. The hardest thing is to get you to believe all of the things that are in you are true and real and that they can come to pass. This is Isaac speaking, and I'm encouraging you to believe that you are special, that you are something special, you are somebody special, and there is something great in you, but you have to be willing to fight for it. We'll be back on soon with more. And thank you so much for joining us today on Isaac Speaks. Don't forget to follow, like, and share, and stay tuned for more awesome content that's going to help you develop into the best version of your best self.